Hello, everybody. Rick, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. Fantastic.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking some time to spend with us. I'm excited to dive into our chat here.
I'm doing great.
Feedback. Awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking some time to. We got some feedback. I'm not sure what's going on there. Do you have it open on something there, Rick?
I don't. Let me see. Oh,
There we go.
That should do it.
All right, there we go. Cool. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Welcome everybody. Rick, again, thank you for joining me today. I think it's gonna be a really cool teardown. You sent me a note. I love this. Number one, you did some really cool on LinkedIn. I want to dive into, but first, I'm going to learn a little bit about you. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your history in the industry.
Well, I've been. I'm kind of transitioning into this industry. I've been kind of dabbling in it since 2005 or so. I actually own a third-party administration firm where we work on 401k plans. Yeah. And I'm just kind of want to move out of that because the margins are shrinking and shrinking and shrinking in that. Yeah. And I'm not the youngest guy anymore.
Yeah.
People look at that. This is a long-term thing. Though people change TPAs about every 5 years, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I got in this. And I live in a little county. We have about 110,000 people in the county.
Okay.
And up here in the Northwest, the population, the real estate prices have gone up. So you go through a mailing house, and I mean, you don't get anything. Last two seminars I did, all I got were people on Social Security. That's it. And so they were telling, the mailing houses and the FMOs were telling me, oh, we're going to do it for you here. And so I spent, oodles of money and stuff. And I said, I'm not going to mess with that anymore. I'm going to do this myself,
Yeah. Very cool. So when did you become acquainted with Advisors?
Off and on for a couple of years ago. And then finally I called up in August and got in the LinkedIn program. And started that. And I've been, getting some coffee chats and such across the state because I'm trying to get as virtual as possible. Yeah. And I built up all these first connections. I got like 1,400 first connections.
Awesome.
And I said, gosh, I think I can use that to put on a seminar and send out LinkedIn and event invitation.
And this is exactly why I wanted to talk to you. This is awesome. And so let's dive into that because you have all these connections, right? And that's I was actually talking with our group on one of our coaching sessions yesterday with about 20 advisors talking about this. The long-term benefits that we see in this program are really great. We're going to have a guest on in 2 weeks, Roxanne, who's got some really cool stuff happening as well. She's been in the program a little longer than you, so she's really seen the benefits of these long-term effects of what happens when you have all this information out there, your name out there. So you have 1,400 additional connections now based on your time you spent with us. You have their email addresses or contact right through our software we use.
Right.
So you decide you're going to put on an event. You put a post out there, and what happened?
Well, what happened? I was expecting maybe 30 people sign up. I'm at about 130 some that signed up. And my problem now is I need to figure out how to be able to download my attendees list so I can put them into a mailing.
Yeah.
Email. I want to put them in the bomb video email and remind them that way. Trying to get a personal type approach to it.
Yeah, we're going to show you a way to do that because I know this would be good for everybody to listen. So, which is phenomenal. So I think 2 days ago or so I saw you've written that it was 100 attendees. So you got another 30 in 2 days. When's the event?
Yeah, I'm sitting there figuring, well, if I get, usually with Facebook, you figure maybe 50% show up. Yeah. And everything. I go, God, if I got that much, I'm going to be really swamped with trying to figure out how to keep up with it. But hey, it's better than the other problem.
Yeah. Well, so let's take a moment here because I think we got a lot of people watching here. A lot of people are going to watch the rerun of this, the recording. Let's talk about this just for a moment. What's the topic you're doing on?
Investing in uncertain times.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going after AUM.
Okay. You said uncertain times. It's uncertainty right now. We got all these.
Well,
inflation.
when is it never uncertain?
That's true. That's true. But you're definitely playing to what's going on in the world today, which is important. That timely message to people, it helps a lot with attendance. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so when is it? How far out is it?
Oh, it's next Thursday, 1 week. And that's why I really need to send follow-up emails and that sort of thing.
So how did you get them registered?
They're just attending right now.
Okay.
They hit the live events and said I'm attending, and so I got to figure out how to, as I said, get those lists in a CSV format. Absolutely.
Okay. So there's a couple things here when you have a post like this that happens. There's a quick tip you can do, and in that link. Are you seeing, do you have your LinkedIn profile? Do you want to show that to us real quick? Or can I have the link to that? I should ask you for that prior. Let's look at your LinkedIn profile too, because I want to show some people some things too, but I can just find if we can't. I'd rather show them yours. Okay. So I know a lot of the questions we got about this as we were promoting it is about getting people registered, their contact information, following up. There's a couple ways to do that, really. And so it all starts with how you set up the registration. Okay. Shift members that are watching, there's training in the Shift program in our members area for you to check out. So we got plenty of options in there. It kind of shows you how to do this. Jeremiah ran that for us. But a couple little things real quick as we're getting that from Rick. There's a post you can put out for a live event. All right. And that's what Rick did here. We're going to show you how to interact with people based on a post URL. Okay. That's an easy thing to do inside of our advisor link system. The other thing you can do is actually send them, and part of that is send them to an event page, right? Set up an event page that they can register at. So you're capturing that information as you go along. When you add that extra step, you're going to maybe lose some people, but you're also going to capture that information for the ability to, send them confirmations, get them there. And that's going to increase attendance, right? Overall, as far as who actually shows up. But as you're doing that, Rick, I'm going to show you guys how we do this. So we promised a teardown. We promised some practical tips here on how to do this. So let's pull up Advisor Link. All right. And I'm going to show you the screen here. All right. So now, just to be clear, this is for Shift members will know what this is. This is our Advisor Link software. It's only available to our coaching clients that we coach and members. So it might look a little foreign to some, but what you see here is our Advisor Link, right? And we're creating a campaign. And Rick, you recognize this, right? And
yes.
Most people use the Sales Navigator search result. We've showed on previous teardowns how to create a Sales Navigator search. We then use in our system. We've shown that on Power Hours. We've done all those things, right? So I won't bore you with all of that. What we're going to look at right here is something a lot of people don't really work on too much. And that's this post engagement icon. All right. And so you can see we can have live webinar. You can date it. Now we have our event named right in the date. We always want to date it, remember, and our URL. So I'm just going to show you. We'll just pull just a random URL for now. That's fine. If we go to LinkedIn, if you go to your let's see. So if I'm just going to pick anything here. Let me see someone that's got a little bit here. And I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm actually scrolling through here. So you can look at all these posts, right? And so yours will show up very similarly in this. So if I just come through and I'm just going to find one now, here's one. And you can do this for a number of different things. You can see 5,000 people interacted with this post, okay? And you can look for posts that are similar to what you're doing. You can look at what competitors are doing. You can look at anything that's going on in the industry or anyone that's engaging with things like this. And we can just pull that post. Here's another one, 58 votes. So I'm just going to pull one now. All right. So we're going to pull this one here. All I did is click these 3 little dots and I can copy link to post. I copied the link. So there's a URL for each post. I come back here. I just put this post in. Okay. So Rick, this is going to be valuable for you because now you have a way to communicate with all the people that engage with your post without, you don't have contact records, but you've got everything you need here. So you include people you already talked to on LinkedIn, because odds are if they're already connections, you've already been messaging them, maybe you've went back and forth, maybe you've had coffee chats with them, maybe you've done all those things. And we're going to collect the contact information. All right. This is important here because this is how we're going to build that email list that you're looking for. Okay. All right. And we can look at some of these. If we're doing emails, we want to track our emails. Okay. And we're just going to hit next. Now let me back up. Actually, I hit that too quickly. I want to show you one more thing here. You can hit this only discover leads. This will, excuse me. Inside of our system, it'll discover the leads. And as you guys know, our system will then go in and scrape email, contact information, titles, roles, all of that stuff, locations that we can then use. So you can just do this. It's not a campaign. It just identifies them. And Rick, then you'd be able to take that and create your own email campaign or own follow-up from there or phone call, whatever you want to do. Okay, so that's the first thing you can do. That's really easy. Just hit that. System works in the background, and you'll have that, probably about 24 hours or so.
Right.
Next, if we hit next, we can actually build a campaign now. So similar like you build previous campaigns, I can build a campaign and touch them on all these different places. Hey, looks like you've signed up for our live event, right? I look forward to attending. You can hit them on email, all of that. So let's go through it real quick. So your lead source becomes that link, that URL that you have, Rick. Okay.
Right.
When we come in, we can do a couple things. We want to use the conditions. The first thing we want to do is free in-mails. We can just send them in-mails. We're connected with them. Now you don't know that. So let's step back now because you got to think of who the audience is. Rick, you put that post out there to everybody, right? And it's mostly going to be people in your network.
Right.
We want to cover all the bases here, right? We're not
put it out to all my first connections. Yeah.
Right. So there's a couple ways we can do that. We can keep it very simple. So if we keep it simple, we can just send a message. If it's a first degree, you're already connected with them. Okay.
Right.
We come in here, we connect this. Hi, and then we put first name. Thank you for registering for my online webinar. And then you said, I'm sorry, what was the name of it again?
Investing in uncertain times.
I look forward to seeing you. Seeing you on, and then you put the date, right?
Right.
You can also add images here. It's another thing we can do. You can have a little image of yourself, waving to them. We showed how to do GIFs, so we showed those things inside the webinar. The members area, how to do GIFs and everything. So we can have this all in here, right? We can put some different information, date, their name, whatever. Now you can time this out, right? So if you have an event coming up, you can add multiple steps. You say, all right, we're going to send this today, so 0 days. We're going to send that right away. All right. Then we're going to go back and we're going to add another message.
Right.
All right. We'll do the same thing. Hey, just popping this back up. We're close to the event day. Can't wait to see you. Right. I'll save the time of writing this out.
Right.
The other thing we can do is we can add emails into here. All right. So we can verify their email and then set up an email. Same thing here. I don't know, sync here, but we can set an email to them as well. So now you have 2 different ways to contact them multiple times for this event.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other thing it's going to do, I showed you how to do the discovery.
Right.
It will also allow you, this system will also be discovering them as you're going around, this process. So you're going to get that information as well. So you can hit them in other areas. You're going to get phone numbers for some people. You can try to call them. There's a number of things you can do here, hitting them in multiple places. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And then I can go back to leads and download all that stuff to a CSV.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for everyone watching, We have our leads. You know what, Rick? I should have went into. Let me switch here because I'm going to switch to yours here because I was just showing you from our test one. So if we go to yours, let me pull that up. Give me one moment. So you have all these campaigns. Let me share again. You have all these campaigns, right, that are in here. And so, right, you would go to leads. Once you have this campaign up and running, you find the campaign that you want, and you'd see the full list, right, of everybody that would be associated. And you can come up here, and you can export all the data, but you wouldn't want to do that. You'd actually want to come back here to campaigns, and you would want to, there we go. Click on these three little dots, and you would export data from just that campaign.
Okay.
And that'll give you everything you need there. Okay.
Cool.
So let's just talk for a moment. So I think it's really interesting. I wanted to share this story with everybody for a couple of reasons. So let's touch on this real quick. You had this idea to do that, right? Which is phenomenal. You put action, right? And that's one thing we love is action takers. So everyone that's watching, I mean, everyone has the opportunity to do that here. Okay. Dana, I'm sorry. It might have been a little small, but we can show again there. You put the post out there and got this great results. Have you done anything like this in the past?
No. Well, I've done it on Facebook, but got very little traction on it.
Yeah.
But that's it. So here's the plan: is I'm going to record the thing. I'm going to send out all these reminders. I'm going to record it and then send out to those who don't attend. A reminder. It's out there for the next 7 days. Put a time limit on it, and then also on these others, follow up on the people who did attend with stuff and set up. When I'm in the Zoom, I want to try and figure out how to do an evaluation sheet on Zoom to bring up as a poll and get that.
Depending upon your subscription, you can definitely do that. So subscription and the version of that. So absolutely, you can do it after the fact as well. So I think it's really interesting. Like you talk about recording it, right? And for those of you that have purchased Webinar Fuel, the program with Tom Hegna that Jeremiah released a couple months ago, I guess. There's another opportunity there to have that evergreen. And we also show you, we have training inside of our members area on how to evergreen something like this. So after you do this, Rick, and you have this, you can host it so like Webinar Fuel or on your website, and you can invite people there using LinkedIn. And we have a training as well on that. So that's phenomenal. Really cool. So let's do this for everybody. I think this will be helpful. I'm going to create a blank doc. All right, so hopefully everyone's getting some value here, right? These webinars, Rick, you didn't do anything special, right? You just put it out there.
I just put it out there. It hasn't cost me a thing.
Right.
At all.
Awesome. How long are you going to go, just out of curiosity?
For the webinar?
Yeah.
Probably 35 minutes.
Okay, good.
Otherwise people start dropping out, I've heard.
Yeah, very good. Cool. So let's walk through this a little bit. And I've got a doc here. I'm going to take notes on as we're going around so we can give this away later. So you created the event. So just talk us through. I want to hear your perspective. We'll add mine. I'll add mine as you go. So you decided to do this.
Right.
What was the first step you took?
I watched one of the videos.
Okay.
Of course. And then I just went in and did it. And I just I put it together. It probably took me 15 minutes at all. I thought, going back after I posted the first time, I had to go back and edit the grammar a little bit better. But then I just got to get it and see what happens, and that was it. And now I'm trying to scramble to figure out all the other parts.
Right. Well, your first part's the hardest, so that's great. You can figure out the rest of it here. So let's show everybody here. So the training that Rick is talking about is in the members area for any shift members. All right, let's okay. So inside of LinkedIn, when you go into your main account here,
Right.
you can post, right? So you post, you started a post.
Right.
All right.
I went
So I'm trying
to events.
Create an event. Yep. Oh, I'm not sharing, am I? Let me show. I got to share here. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me share with you guys. So I come in here. I'm just going to show you guys for practical purposes. All right. So if we just go to start a post right up here, this is our main LinkedIn feed page. Okay. Create a post. We come here, just click these 3 little buttons, create an event. Okay, we can add a cover image. Is it online, in person? We name it. All right. Investing in uncertain times. Put the time in, right, and the date. We'll start. So we're doing it next Tuesday. Let's leave it at 2 p.m. Got the same date. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna end at 2:30. Do about 30 minutes. The event link. So this is where you put your Zoom link.
Correct.
Okay. Right. You'd put your description of the event in here, and you'd be able to find speakers who's going to be attending. So Rick could be able to put your profile in here. Yeah. And you're just going to hit next. All right. And you got your event set up. This is how people are going to RSVP. So very simple to do. Like you said, it takes less than 15 minutes. Probably right in the description is going to be the hardest thing you're going to do.
That was.
I thought so. I thought so. All right. So phenomenal here. I'm happy we could share this with everybody. It's really simple to do. I had such great results. So you had, so tell me again, you have 130 people attending, right? Yeah. So you're going to use the advisor link now to confirm them and to remind them, right?
Correct.
You get half there. That could be a really great opportunity. So congratulations.
Sure.
Yeah. And I appreciate everybody watching. Thanks everyone for joining us. If you want to learn more, you can go to meetwithadvisorists.com and learn more about and talk with some of our coaches there. And so, Rick, I wish you well in this. I really want to see
how it goes, Chris.
Absolutely. I'm excited for you. And we could even do a follow-up here and talk about how to follow up after an event like this, because there's plenty of things we can do, Yeah. One of them, like you said, having it recorded and then sending it to everybody that couldn't attend, and creating, a landing page where they can get more information or book a time right on that page. We talk a lot about that in coaching sessions. You certainly can do that as well. So,
yeah, that's a good idea.
Awesome. All right. Well, Rick, I appreciate you joining us. Everybody,
no problem.
Please try it. Do it. It's amazing what happens when you do these things. That's what I love about this, right? We've had people on say, hey, do a first degree campaign, send a message to your first degree, and they do it. All of a sudden they're getting business from it. It just takes some action, and you see some great results. So Rick, please keep us posted on how it goes. We wish you well, and we'll talk with you soon, sir. Thank you so much.